everyone, I'm Phillip and I'm a Let's Player, and as you probably can guess, yes, my new project is Pokémon FireRed. This is not an April Fool's joke. Or should I say, belated April Fool's joke, since technically it was actually out yesterday, and it was meant to go out Wednesday, but never got around the time to do so. So I guess this video is just going to be an explanation of the whole project, in case you want information as to how it got started and what I'm going to be doing for the project. So I should probably start with the brainchild of Pokemon FireRed, or should I say Pokémon FireRed, depending on how you want to pronounce it. But the brainchild of the Pokemon FireRed Let's Play project is the fact that I want to do something to commemorate Pokemon's 20th anniversary, which, in case you haven't known by now, is February 27th, 2016, so it'll be next year, if memory serves me. And I thought the best way to do that was to do a Pokemon Let's Play of the remakes that started off the original series. I could have done the original games, Red, Green, Blue, and Yellow, but I felt like doing the remakes would make a lot more sense, since technically those are a lot more fleshed out, with a lot of great upgrades, and that's something I actually like to show off. Plus, it's been a while since I've done a project, well, at least a Let's Play video, and I don't feel like my solo commentary was great enough, or actually is great enough, to continue on with Portal and Chandelise, which were the two current projects I'm doing, at least solo-wise. So I'm going to work on that, and the only way I know how is to become a Pokemon Master. So I guess with the fact out of the way, I'm going to explain what the project is and how it's going to work out. So PhillipPlays Pokémon FireRed will be an in-depth walkthrough. It's not going to be the normal walkthrough videos that I do on PhillipPlays. It's more going to be me talking about strategy-wise, because Pokemon you really need to know what you're doing if you're going to be able to become Pokemon Master. So essentially what I'm going to be doing is going to be playing the game in full for you guys. I'm going to play through the entire game, both the main story and the after game. And essentially along the way, I'm going to also talk about the Pokemon. Now, it's not going to be all the Pokemon that are catchable in both Fire Red and Leaf Green. It's going to be strictly to one cartridge. In my case, it's going to be Fire Red. So all the Pokemon Bios that you will be seeing, which I will go into later, but all the Bios will contain all the Pokemon that are obtainable in one cartridge of Fire Red. But don't get me wrong, there are Pokemon that are of other regions, but they're not seen until later on in the after game. So I will cover those as well throughout the main story, in case you guys are as far as the 70 Islands, which is the after game stuff, essentially. Plus all the other stuff that happens in the after game, so I guess I should probably say that right now. Speaking of the bios, there's going to be two different types of bios I'm going to be doing in the Pokemon FireRed Let's Play. One of them is obviously on the Pokemon, and it's not going to be like a Chugga Conroy-esque bio, which is basically personal recommendations, all that stuff. It's just going to be me talking about the Pokemon, what are its strengths, what are its weaknesses, and what are some interesting facts about them, if they have interesting facts. So it's not necessarily going to be based on their behaviors, but also any appearances they make in the anime or the manga or anything in particular. So that's what I mean by interesting facts. So it's not going to be one of those, personally I recommend this because of that, or I don't recommend this because it is the worst one of all. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm more or less going to be talking about the Pokemon, strengths, weaknesses, anything useful I should mention, and also extra information you need to know about the Pokemon. So that's something different. The other bios I'm going to be doing are of the main trainers we're going to be taking a look at. All the main NPCs. So in this case, it will be Professor Oak, for example, is one such case. We'll go over him. We won't go over him until late in the episode, or at least we're not going to go over him early on in the episode. We're going to go over him possibly in episode 2. In episode 2, we will talk over, or at least in a bonus video, I guess I want to say, I will talk about Professor Oak. But the bios are going to be about the NPCs that we meet, the major NPCs. Professor Oak, the gym leaders are rivals, and some major opponents that we're going to be taking on, and also some interesting other NPCs along the way, so hopefully you stay tuned for that. And I should probably shut my phone before I recorded this. Professionalism, you two, ladies and gentlemen. But that's what the bios are going to be about. And the bios of them are just going to be about what their role is in the games and also their role counterparts in the anime. Because some of these characters do have anime counterparts of the main Pokemon anime. So that's something you need to know there. And that's actually another great thing about this Let's Play. The bios. These are nicely detailed. All the bios are done by me. They're not done by anyone else. As you can see right now, there should be momentarily on screen a sample bio of a Pokemon. Obviously not one of the Pokemon I'm going to be putting on my team, but Pokemon that you're going to be seeing in these Let's Play videos. In this case, Rattata, or Rattata, or however the hell you pronounce it. But that's a really good example of a bio. These are all handmade bios. I will state that right now. These were not made with a template. I just took a bunch of images. I also took some stuff from a artwork and bio pack courtesy of pdwinnall, who I will put in the description down below. I will also put a link to the actual link to where I got the bio in case you want to put it out. The artwork and bio pack that I use, as far as I know, does not have anything involving the Generation 6 Generation 6 and onward. So that's I think the one thing that I noticed there. But as far as the LP is going to go, it's going to start, the first episode, I'm currently working on that. Currently, the first episode should be up on Wednesday, this coming Wednesday, April 8th, as you saw in the thumbnail for the teaser video. But that's when the project will be starting. And I haven't planned to end February 27th, 2016. That is the 20th anniversary of the Pokemon series. And I plan to actually end the LP there. So don't expect Let's Play videos to be between 20 to 30 minutes. They're most likely going to be somewhere about the 30-minute to 40-minute range. And I know that kind of sounds long and ridiculous, but because I aim to have these videos, the series end on the 20th anniversary of the Pokemon LP, these LP videos are actually going to be longer than normal videos that I do on PhillipPlays. So that's a major change right there. On top of that, there's also going to be a lot of guest commentators. Well, not a lot. There's going to be a few. And they're going to be guest commentating, watching me play through the game, and also talk about their experiences with Pokemon over the past 20 years. So that's something you should be looking forward to. When the series ends on February 27, 2016, there's going to be a few things that are going to be happening. First off, we're going to have the finale of the LP, which is going to be hopefully me capturing Mewtwo, and also the legendary beasts, and I will go over those, essentially. And we'll also be joined by a few guest commentators on that finale, hopefully, depending on their schedule. I don't know their exact schedule, that we can work out a timeline, a specific date to actually record it. I gotta check in on that. I also have to figure out if they're available for certain episodes, because some of the commentators will be seen in more than one episode, so that's something you gotta look forward to. We'll also have a entire Pokédex of all the bios of all the Pokemon throughout the project, since not just I speak English, and apparently I can't speak well. But anyway, we will have a very long Pokédex, and it's not just gonna be of all the Pokemon we saw in FireRed, it's also going to be of the Pokemon that are exclusive to Leaf Green. So we'll also go over those Pokemon, and we'll also go over Pokemon that we didn't go over previously, if I miss any. Which shouldn't be that much of a problem, since I'm going to be relying on Bulbapedia mostly for these bios. Which is going to be a nightmare, but you get the point. So, and what else am I trying to say? I'm actually trying to get this recorded as fast as I can, so I apologize if I've stuttered a little bit. But the last thing that's going to be happening otherwise is going to be a live stream over on my Twitch page, twitch.tv/SSRolls11. And it's mostly going to be taking on the Elite Four again, because you fight the Elite Four twice. One in the main story, at the end of the main story, and one in the after game. So we're going to take on the Elite Four, but we're going to do it in a live stream on my Twitch page. And it's mostly going to start the night after the finale. The final 2 videos of Pokemon FireRed go up on PhillipPlays. So that's something you gotta look forward to right there. I can't guarantee they will come out at the same time period. As far as these Pokemon videos go, they obviously take a lot of work, and on top of that, I'm mostly busy with schoolwork because, as you obviously understand, I'm currently going through the process of registering for the SATs and getting my priorities on schoolwork and all that stuff. So I'm not gonna be as much of a busy person. Well, I actually am gonna be as much of a busy person. But nevertheless, videos are still going to be coming out on PhillipPlays. I have them set for bi-weekly basis, starting on Wednesday, April 8th. It'll alternate between uh, it will be Wednesdays and Saturdays, essentially. I hate oranges also, so that probably might be why. But the update videos will, as far as the Pokemon series go, the videos will be coming out primarily on Wednesdays and Saturdays, but they're going to be on a bi-weekly basis. So I have 2 videos set for this Wednesday and next Saturday, April 8th and April 11th, if memory serves me. But then we skip a week and then we go to our next updates. This actually gives me plenty of time to work on the next set of videos that are going to be coming out. So there's my advantage of the bi-weekly updates, which is hopefully, I hope you guys understand that. But it takes a long time for me to get these videos out with the fact that I'm going to be busy with work, so I don't have necessarily the amount of time to do daily updates, or weekly updates in this case. So I'm going to be having bi-weekly updates. But that's pretty much all I have to say about the series in general. When this series does end, we will be celebrating Pokemon's 20th anniversary with a look back at the series in general, and the franchise in general, how it has evolved over the past 20 years. And each episode actually is going to have a documentary-style intro, as you pretty much saw in the teaser video. It's just a little sample of a documentary-style intro for each of these videos. Not a channel intro, but the series intro. These are all going to be different. I think the first episode I'm going to be covering basically a general introduction to the LP, and then the next episode, episode 2, will be the origins of the Pokemon franchise in general. At the moment, I'm currently working on episode 1's intro and all the bios. And once I'm done that, I'm going to start working on episode 2, so I hope you guys are excited, because I'm more or less excited about this project. I'm really excited about it. This is something I actually wanted to do for 2 years, but I couldn't because of laptop issues. But now that I have a good working laptop, I finally will have a chance to make my dreams of starting a Pokemon LP come true. So I hope you guys enjoyed the project. It's going to be a great one. It's going to be a good ride. Basically for me, because this is actually going to get me back into my solo commentary. But other than that, that's going to be about it. So thank you all for tuning in. Be sure to tune in this Wednesday, April 8th, for the first episode of Pokemon FireRed. Until then, I've been Phillip. I'm a Let's Player. Be sure to follow me on Facebook and Twitter. Subscribe on my YouTube page, PhillipPlays. Make sure to follow me on twitch.tv/SSRules1 for upcoming stream events. We will be doing stream content on Twitch. That's something that's going to be changing. I'm going to be attempting to do some streams, which is going to be awesome. But anyways, that's about it. Thank you so much for watching. I've been Phillip. I'm a Let's Player. And I will catch you all for the first episode of Pokemon FireRed. See you then.